And welcome to the latest edition of Cruzin With The Coaches, the conversation with Julie and Lee. Um, Please forgive the cough drop in my mouth, trying to tame the frog in my throat, and want to make sure that we give y'all the episode. So if y'all can bear with me and I can have a cough drop, that would be appreciated. Julie, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Much better now that I have a cough drop. Oh man. It's just it's fall, right? And that's what it is. This cough is just weird, and it like pops up in weird times. So I want to be able to deliver. I don't want you to have to do the show alone, right? So what fun would that be? So I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. I'm here for it all. But you always got a question for. Well, I'm sorry. Before my question, I must give an update on.
No.
Well, no.
Oh,
I'm gonna go back to Alufa.
oh Lord.
Because I tried a sponge, and this. I was just,
Sponge.
yeah. It looked cool, right? I was like, cool. Let's see what that does, and it doesn't work. It's no. So I just got to keep the people updated, right? Like sponges, they're for washing cars, not for people. Right?
No. Yeah.
So yeah, no. So I got to go back to Alufa, by the way. But that's all. No more updates for now until I try something new.
Okay.
Or until I go to brushes, right? When I go to brushes, I'm like, hey.
Oh, I love my brush. Yes.
But I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I'm not as evolved as you are. So I'm not there yet. But I do have a question for you, though, right?
Okay.
Ever have have you ever bought a new car before? I mean, like I know the answer, but for conversation purposes, you ever bought a new car before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And when you bought that car, all of a sudden, you see that car everywhere, right? When you're driving, you're like, "Huh, that's the same car but different color," or
Like exactly that exact car?
maybe not like the trim package, right? But I mean,
Okay.
it's like the same model. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you start seeing it more and more. Yeah.
Okay.
Did that ever
Not
happen
my
to
most
you?
not my most recent purchase, which I love because I'm like,
Well, so I'm not talking about that one. I'm not talking about
okay.
that one because
Okay.
that
Okay.
didn't count.
Okay.
But like before
But
the one before
previously,
that,
yes, that
the
has
one before
happened.
that,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
sure.
You see it in all different colors.
Yeah.
You start seeing it like in different packages with it, but like all of a sudden you're like, I thought I was special, right? Thought I had this car, right?
Sure.
Well, there is science behind that. There is science behind it.
Okay.
But I can't give the science away yet because that's what we're talking about
Because
today.
it's part of the okay.
Yeah, I can't give
Yeah.
I can't give them everything.
Okay.
So that's what we're talking about. The science is the Blue Dolphin Theory. All right. So before we get into it, just hearing the science of the Blue Dolphin Theory, what do you think about?
What do I think about?
Other than blue dolphins, sorry.
Well, I mean, I read it, so I can't really like.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
That well then
Yeah.
we gotta jump into it then.
Yeah. It's like
All right. So this is an article from Inc.com, and it was written by Justin Bariso. And he mentions, have you ever had a song that you couldn't get out of your head? And as you probably experienced, once that song was stuck in your head, it was impossible to get out, right? Well, there's a scientific reason for this, and this is what we're talking about today. This scientific reason is called the ironic process theory. Or you may have heard it by its more common name, the white bear problem. Now, I just got to come out on camera here because I've never heard of the white bear problem, but hey, who am I? Who am I to say that? Have you heard of the white bear problem?
I had not. No.
Okay, right. So that's new for both of us, but I get it. So There is a tried and tested brain hack that helps you get the song out of your head. What's more, you can use this hack to replace negative or harmful thoughts with positive ones. With enough practice, you could even change your entire mindset. So, the method is called the Blue Dolphin Rule. What is the Blue Dolphin Rule and why is it so helpful? How can you use it, to hack your brain and change your thinking from harmful to helpful? Well, before we get into that, we've got to get into the whole white bear theory.
Hmm.
I'm just curious, where'd they come up with that? Like the white bear, really? The, you could say the jellyfish theory, right? Or you could have named it anything. The white bear, like never heard of that.
Hmm.
Science show, I promise. I promise. So, the white bear problem. The white bear problem was popularized by Harvard psychologist Daniel Wegner in the late 1980s, also known as the ironic process theory. Wegner's problem stated that attempts to suppress thoughts can actually increase their frequency. Right? The white bear problem was based on a quote from an essay by Russian writer. I'm going to do my best with this. Fyodor Dostoevsky. The quote is, try to pose yourself this task, not to think of a polar bear, and you will see that the cursed thing will come to mind every minute. So, over the course of a decade, Wegner discovered that at least part of the reason why this happens. While we try best to avoid a thought with one part of our mind, another part of us keeps checking in to make sure that thought isn't coming up. Wegner described this as the ironic process. So, now that we have the white bear problem, has that ever happened to you? Not necessarily the white bear, right? But that
Like
whole
the more you stress on something, that it actually happens.
ding
Absolutely.
ding 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 ding
Or
ding. That's it.
like the like, I guess I'm more on the other side of these things now.
Sure. Yeah.
Basically, I'm in a headspace of things gravitating towards me that I want, and then I sound like such an ass, but but in like things that you want, but
Yeah. You attract.
Attracting, like the law, the law of attraction, correct?
Absolutely. That's yes.
So
that applies here. That applies.
right.
Yes.
So in the headspace, you create the energy that you desire, whether you believe that or not. People, I promise you, you
yes.
do create your own energy. So I'm going to tell you right now. I am with my daughter all the time, and so
could be worse people to be with. Could be worse.
Right. So we're together today, and I'm working on getting a job, right? And so I'm like, there's 3 people who I want to work, who I would like to reach out to get a reference letter and put that with my resume and blah 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 blah. And I really got to reach out to them, and I'm going to make it a point to do that. And I had told myself on Friday that I'm going to do that, but I don't want to do it on Monday. Because Mondays are a hard day. I always tell you, I don't do nothing on Mondays. Know that. I don't do nothing on Mondays.
I don't even text you on a Monday. Right. Yeah, no.
I don't do anything on Mondays.
Not unless it's necessary. Right.
Right. I don't do anything on Mondays. Who do you think reached out to me today? 2 out of the 3 people reached out to me on their own for random reasons. And I was just like, hey, while I have you, may I ask you for blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Of course I will do that for you. And I'm sitting there
Mm-hmm.
looking at my daughter like, girl,
Law of attraction.
girl.
Yeah.
And she's just like, Mom. Well, but her and we have the big joke. She's like,
Yeah.
bruja, which is witch in Spanish. She goes, Mom,
Right.
you are such a freaking bruja. And I'm just like, I'm like, I wouldn't say that, but like I'm just in a different headspace. But it's true. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to sit there and say the worst of the worst is going to happen to me, then you're manifesting that for yourself.
And your brain will find and search all the evidence of the worst things
That
happening
will
to you.
collectively bring that to you.
And then because your brain finds all the proof, right? All the proof,
Right.
then you're like, see, I told you the worst things happen to me. And it's this self-fulfilling prophecy, right? The more you do that, the more your brain looks for that proof of the bad things.
Right.
Or that's why I said the law of attraction, what you talking about, also fits this space, right?
Right.
Because you're in a space now of, and no, you don't sound like an ass, but that was I let you squirm for a little bit with that. But no, that's called manifesting, and it's positive, right?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's because you are in a space that you have created boundaries that you're sticking to, and you are attracting the things that align with what you want to do, right? That's what that is. So because you're doing that, because you're in that space, and specifically in this instance where you were like, all right, there's 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it on the day that I don't do things.
Right.
The universe met you where you are and
Exactly.
said, hey, we'll have them contact you on the next day.
That was so weird, though. It was so funny.
I'm just saying, like there's also a thing like frequency, right? And vibrations. That stuff is real, right?
Yeah. Right.
Just because we can't see it, we can feel it. And that's part of what we won't, this show is not about manifesting, but this is about the Blue Dolphin Theory, right? But it's all connected. And so that's what you're talking about, right?
Right.
You focused on something and then it happened.
Right.
That's kind of what the Blue Dolphin Theory is like, right?
Right.
But what we're going to do is, because we've talked about the white bear theory.
Right. Yes.
We will take a break and we'll come back and discuss and explain the Blue Dolphin Theory. All right. So don't attract anything yet, you guys, or attract sponsorship for our show, viewers. Like, feel free to do that. But we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the latest edition of Cruzin With The Coaches, conversation with Julie and Lee. One of us has a cough drop, one of us does not. If you guess which one, you will, I don't know what they'll win. What's the prize?
What are you going to win?
Anyhow, bear with me, folks. Got a cough drop. Trying to get rid of this frog in my throat and maybe my chest. I don't know, somewhere. But this episode, we have been talking about the Blue Dolphin Theory, right? So before the break, you learned about the white bear problem. Basically, that says the more you focus on something, the more your brain has a thought. While you're trying to get rid of that thought, other parts of your brain are checking in to make sure you're not thinking about that thought. So you're still focused on it, right? Here we go. Here comes the Blue Dolphin Theory. Over time, Wegner and other researchers found a trick to reduce the rebound of unwanted thoughts. Instead of trying not to think of something, you have to intentionally focus your mind on a completely different thought. For example, instead of a white bear, try to think of a blue dolphin. A blue dolphin is a substitute thought. It is a replacement or a go-to, something you can immediately focus attention on if your white bear comes to mind. In psychology, this emotional regulation technique is known as the thought replacement or thought substitution. Some examples look like this. Before a presentation, do you keep thinking to yourself, I'm so nervous? Try telling yourself repeatedly, this is going to be over in 30 minutes. And by next week, I won't even be thinking about it. Or maybe you're down because a product launch did much lower numbers than you expected. Remind yourself, products take time to get right. Let's work on improving this version and try again. So every time you think of a blue dolphin, write it down or record it on a note on your phone. Eventually, you'll have a collection of replacement thoughts that you can use whenever you need them. Remember, white bears have a tendency to keep coming back. Emotional intelligence means recognizing that, and while you don't have control over the thought entering your mind, you can do something about it. So the next time that the white bear rears its ugly head, you can pull out your list. Focus on one of your blue dolphins. Read it out loud if you like. So, coming back out on camera now. Dude, I can't with you. But, what are your thoughts on the Blue Dolphin Theory?
Why we gotta have white bears and blue dolphins? Just what? What is this about?
I felt the same way. That's what really caught my eye first. I was like, wait, this is a theory? A blue dolphin? So here we go, right? Here's how my brain works. Have I ever seen a blue dolphin? And then I was thinking, before I realized that it was about the quote about a polar bear, I'm like, have I ever seen a white bear? And then I was like, well, no, I've seen a panda. Panda's black and white. That's not a white bear. Have I ever seen an albino bear? Right? So clearly, I have plenty of blue dolphins all the time because I have replacement thoughts left and right. Like when I go down that rabbit hole. But I have used this replacement thought technique before, right? In some coaching. And sometimes instead of a thought, I've actually used what I call tactile disruption, right?
Okay.
So I'll put my fingers in camera here. So tactile disruption is you start to touch your fingertips, right? But it's not just rubbing the fingertips. It's focusing on feeling the grooves in your fingerprint, right? Feeling the heat, or if your fingers are cold, whatever it is, because that takes your mind away from that thought. A lot of times I've used that with anxiety, right? That type of thing. But I wonder, the tactile disruption, if it could be used also for thought replacement, right? Or not necessarily thought replacement. I would say it's more thought interruption, right? It's interrupting that pattern of negative thoughts, of negative thinking. And that's the key, even with this Blue Dolphin theory, right? Finding and focusing intentionally on a different thought to get your mind off of the negative thought.
Right.
Now, the intention, you want to have it as a positive thought. You don't want to
Right.
replace a
With
negative
another
thought.
negative one. Right.
Right, because then that starts to spiral, you know?
Right.
So, unknowingly, have you ever used the Blue Dolphin theory before you knew of Blue Dolphins?
I mean, yeah, because I always find myself like I'm trying to talk myself down of some, like from something. You know what I mean? Like if I start something, like I find like I'm like the queen of procrastination anymore. Like then I felt like, oh my God, that took me 20 minutes to do something. And I'm like, why didn't I just do that in the first place? Type of a thing.
Right.
And I'm usually pretty good about going to the gym. That's usually not a problem. But it's just like, it's like why can't I just?
You're dragging the white bear with the fridge to the gym. Like, okay, time to get off. Yeah.
Right. It's just kind of like, oh, do I want to? Well, right now it's a matter of, okay, would I prefer to walk at the park or do I want to go to the gym? And I'm trying I really do like being outside more than going to the gym. And so now I'm like, okay, I think I want to be outside. Like there's only going to be so many more days left of being outside.
That's good that you'll enjoy without being like bundled up so you can only see your eyes.
Yeah. But then I'm like, oh, I really should live today though. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's more that kind of stuff, like what the body needs over really whether I should do it or not.
And I think that still applies with thought replacement, right?
Yeah.
Because if you go against what your body needs, that could become something negative, right? Like you go to the gym and you are like sun is out, it's like 70 degrees, and you're like, why am I in the gym? Right?
Exactly.
So that's replacing the thought of no, it's not gym day.
Exactly.
It's actually enjoy reconnecting with nature, being outside, enjoying the sunshine, all of that.
Right.
That's thought replacement for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, we can call it something different. We don't have to call it the Blue Dolphin Theory, but I just love how.
If they're in Russia, where are they coming up with Blue Dolphin? Where they see a dolphin?
Well, and I get the white bear part, right? Because they see polar bears, right? That's the thing.
I get that. Where are they seeing dolphins?
And that's why I was like, have I ever seen a blue dolphin? And I just went down a rabbit hole of no. Have you seen dolphins before?
Oh yeah.
Right. So but
Savannah.
I was like, I've never seen a blue dolphin. So I'm just saying I definitely have a bunch of blue dolphin thought replacements. But what was interesting is it suggested like writing them down, right? Or putting them somewhere so that you can use them and remind yourself of these things.
Right.
I think that's the key. In my coaching world, I call those anchors, right? So I don't necessarily call them blue dolphins, but I like that better now. So
yeah.
I'll go away from anchors and I'll start introducing blue dolphins. Like, what?
Who's your blue dolphin?
What? Lee, can I have a red dolphin? How about a green one? How about it? Right. Ooh, that would confuse people. You have a white bear problem, but what if you think of a white dolphin?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
But I think that's where you often find yourself asking, your client, but is that what you really want to do? Right? I mean,
because the white dolphin is kind of replacing the negative thought with a negative thought, right? Like,
right.
The white bear. So
yeah.
Oh, the blue dolphin's going to be fun. I already know. I know how to set it up. Like, I might even have the prerequisite for them to watch this episode before we talk about it, but then they might fire me, so we won't do that. No.
I have to say, yeah, I don't see any blue dolphins in my future.
I can't
That's
with you.
funny.
You know, no blue dolphins.
No blue dolphins. No,
Mm.
none at all.
Well, folks, if you're looking for something other than blue dolphins, we got plenty of episodes you can catch on Spotify. Just search the Live All Good podcast, Cruzin With The Coaches episodes. By all means, stop by our YouTube page, leave a comment, tell us how much you love the Blue Dolphin episode or any other episode there. But if those two aren't your flavor, if you don't like YouTube, you don't like Spotify, guess what? We got you covered. Facebook, go to Cruzin With The Coaches on Facebook. You see clips. You see me and Julie, more of us laughing, having a good time, but also talking about everyday stuff and relating it to your everyday life. So until next time, Lee and Julie signing out.